Okay guys, I'm here today with Waldo Zapata, huge honor for me. Guys, Waldo is a black belt from Léo Vieira, and he's one of the longest jiu-jitsu instructors in Europe, and one of the jiu-jitsu instructors responsible to like build jiu-jitsu in the northern countries, right, Waldo, like in the Scandinavia and this and that. And he also has a jiu-jitsu school, the Zapata Jiu-Jitsu, in Stockholm, in Sweden. And thanks for being here, Waldo.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah, and guys, Waldo has a new concept about mounts in Jiu-Jitsu that I'm super curious to learn. Michael already did some training with him yesterday and was very fascinated by it. So, can't wait to learn it.
Let's look into it and be fun.
Let's do it.
All right, so to make it simple, I want to separate you in half or even more, right? Especially you being really big and really strong compared to me being old. I want my weight to work, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to beat you size-wise. So I'll let my weight work, which means I need height.
Okay.
So if you lay down with it, most people when they mount, there are different versions of this, but they want to close this distance and maybe control your neck and have some posture control, right?
Yep.
And then there are versions where I connect my legs and I can hook in different ways depending on where you move your hip.
Yep.
So what I'm actually doing is I'm moving a lot of my weight away from your hips.
Okay.
But every single escape is going to be some form of hip movement. It can be a bridge, it can be you swinging your legs to get angles, a whole bunch of them. Even your elbows in for elbow escapes, it's about moving the hips.
Okay.
So what I discovered is if I can spread my weight and separate off of what I want to control here, which is basically your shoulders and your neck, and drive that into your hips, it makes it easier for me to control. So I keep height and I get one grip, whichever one, right?
Okay.
And I try to push off of this as I arch my back and let my knees off the floor. I want this.
That's interesting.
Because now it's hard for you to move your hips.
It's true.
Which means I know you're gonna have to expose your arms, right?
That's
and
true.
even if I'm on the ground or even one hand, it's still on your hips.
Yep.
But if I drop my knees,
No,
it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, so you were kind of like reading my next step. So you were forcing me to use my arms, and now you know that I'm gonna use my arms.
Exactly.
If you're sitting over here, you don't know if I'm gonna use my arms or if I'm gonna use my hip.
Exactly.
Man, that's a great concept.
So that's pretty much the thing. I want, and pretty much with or without gi, I can do this like someone on a motorbike with your arms. As long as I arch my back and I aim my tailbone far back like this, it makes me heavy. Like I'm smaller than you, but it's easy to off center.
I get it.
But if I were to be here and do the same thing, see now you're gonna buck me off like a kid.
That's interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me to get the weight here instead of here was the key.
Okay.
But I don't want to lose this pressure.
And then, well, can you show one follow-up from that? What are you gonna do right after you got the control of my arms?
Are we gonna be friends if I go for a cross choke?
Go ahead.
So I like this one. Usually I just get one grip before people start moving, right? So I like to get this or this.
Okay.
So let's say I have this one, I'm gonna move really high, right? I know you're gonna start moving. So what I do is I aim for this because I just opened it up, right? And I drive my hand through. Now instead of grabbing, I'm gonna drive, right? Now I cut and I choke.
Man, that's tight.
It becomes tight.
And you do
really
4
tight.
fingers or thumbing?
Honestly, I didn't even touch the gi.
Really?
So I do this no gi as well. I cross choke from mount, no gi, which
That's
is fun.
amazing.
So let's move the gi. I'll just put this on the floor, right? And I put this on the floor. So I'm touching the floor.
And you cross choke without the gi, no gi.
Do you feel this?
That's impressive.
Right. So now I lift my knees off the ground and I push myself back. I don't push your neck. I push myself back and just stay.
Man, that's tight.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll work a couple of times.
Yeah, we are always looking for the secrets, you know, like the different stuff. Like just the other day, I filmed with Greg Hamilton, who has filmed with us a bunch of times, and he was showing me like a way to break the arm bars using the lapels instead of using the arms or using the legs and that. So I love like learning these very different details that. It's pretty much like someone's in the laboratory thinking about how to improve jiu-jitsu in different ways. You know?
That's the glasses. I'm too old to be the athlete. I'm in the laboratory thinking like, okay, how do I feel strong without being strong? This is one of them.
So well, just one more time. So the whole idea here is just like to lift your hip almost on top of my leg instead of on top of my body.
Yeah, a lot. So,
and then you're gonna have a much better leverage to use your arms.
Exactly.
That's
so leverage is basically I need distance to distribute my weight.
Got it.
Right? Now I'm closing distance, which means I'm taking leverage away.
Yeah.
But by doing this, I'm creating distance and distributing my weight. So now it's so much, I'm attached to your hips.
Yeah.
So it's so much harder for that, I'm still attacking.
And that's amazing.
So that's the whole theory, and then I get forearm bars and chokes.
And when you do exactly this, controlling my arms, then the follow-up is going to be more like more arm bars and etc.
Yeah. Because I'm pushing off of this, it's like someone running a pole vault, like in it's the same thing. I'm pushing from here, moving my weight on top of you.
Yeah, no, that's
but my
really,
base
really
is
cool.
not here, it's here.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's fun.
Oh, congratulations.
Glad you like it, man. Thanks.
And you, how do you develop that? Like, it was kind of like doing and feeling, or?
I have 2 students that are insanely strong and have short arms.
And it's hard to stay on the mount.
It's hard to stay on the mount because they get their palms in.
Yeah.
And even if they don't, so let's say I manage to stay low and hook my feet, like grapevine the legs and everything, but I never managed to get the arms out.
Got it.
Right, because I'm like, okay, I need to control the triceps or whatever, and I can't because I'm older, you know.
Got it.
But once I started driving this pressure into the neck, they move the arms out to protect the neck.
And then you can attack.
And then I attack it.
Oh, that's impressive.
So,
no, that's amazing. Yeah, so guys, Waldo just shot an entire structure all about these mount concepts that he has. And it's coming out like really, really cool. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be at bjjfanatics.com. And maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.